So what's going on, YouTube, man? Got a situation here. This is something that's bothered me for quite some time. And before I get into it, let me explain something on how I feel and my views. I've always felt when it comes to finance and when it comes to opportunities, we all know our history in America with slavery against blacks and things of this nature. We all know this was an unfortunate thing. I don't hold any grudges for that. Because not even if you're in religion or not if you're in anything, if you're just a decent human being, you learn that sometimes you just have to say, you have to forget, forgive, and move on. Because one thing I've learned about things is that when you hold hate inside, it affects you more than it hurts the other person. Because the other person is able to move on and do things, but you're stuck. You just like, you can't get nothing accomplished that way. So, I don't worry about it anymore. But I want to expose a myth. Because I swear if I hear this again, it's going to drive me up a wall. It's already driving me up a wall now. So I met this gentleman, happened to be African American here. And he's getting ready to get out of the military. So he said, I'm kind of a little shaky about getting into the job market or just starting a bright future for myself because, you know, the white man always tries to keep us down. And all of a sudden, I just jumped at that statement. The white man is trying to keep us down. Now, before I even explain that, let me explain something to all different people, right? All nationalities. I don't believe there's a such thing as poor people. I think there's a such thing as poor minds. The difference between poor people and rich people don't have any ideas, rich people do. That's the only difference I see. If you talk to a poor person, just if you don't believe me, have a 10-minute conversation with a poor person, and you will hear more excuses, more reasons of why they can't do something. They don't have any, a lot of them don't like education, or they're against it, or just a lot of excuses. I'm not saying all poor people, but a majority. But here's my take on this. Black people for far too long have played this whole role of we're the victims, poor us, blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of people in this world today that are going through things because of who they are. Let's talk about gay men and gay women for a second. The gay population, the government, the federal government doesn't even recognize them as recognized marriage. I mean, we have the don't ask, don't tell policy in the Army. You know, I mean, these guys are getting treated inhumanely. But one thing I've noticed about gay men, and like I said, I have nothing against people. I'm not the judge. I only can take care of me. But here's the thing. I've noticed that a lot of gay men who are into corporate America or into things, a lot of them are successful. So the guy that, like I said, actually that manufactures my handbags, he happens to be a gay gentleman. And very, very disciplined, straight by the book. You know, when he says what he has to do, the people are just like jumping, right? So I asked him, I said, man, what do you think for the guys who happen to be gay and a successful business, what do you think is driving them to do what they do? The accomplishments as far as education, managers, things of this nature. What is it? And then he said, that's easy. A lot of it is that we want to present ourselves to people that we're better than you think that we are. Because a lot of times we go into situations and people would just automatically give us hate. They will automatically come down on us and think we're this and think we're that. So a lot of times we just take that hatred and we turn it into motivation. And we show them that we can do just as much as you do or even better. We just want a chance. And I thought about that for a while. I said, okay. So then when we talked about that, we talked about the Jews. You know, we all know the history with the Jews and the Holocaust and things of that nature, whatever. But I know some Jews And we all know too that Jews are very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? They know business. A lot of Jews own businesses, and they're very entrepreneurial type group. You know, they don't sit back and say, oh, you know, help us, whatever. No, they make their dreams come true. You know, but sometimes I think that in the black race and other minorities, whatever, we kind of have this thing of, you know, we're entitled to something. Well, first of all, I just want to, for the record, I want to say this. I don't want no one to give me nothing. I want to work for one of the things I want to do, because if I work blood, sweat, and tears and do things, whatever, I don't make it in life. I want to learn the lessons in life. I don't want somebody to die and give me money, inherit it, and I inherit money and things like that. I want to learn lessons. I want to make mistakes, but I don't want a handout. You know, and I just think that's the way things should be. You know, because I'm just lost for words. Because one thing I like about people is this. I love people who give power statements. I love people who challenge themselves. I love people who don't make excuses. Because these people right here are people that are trying in life. They haven't given up. But we have so many people out there that just make excuses. I'm not successful because of this. I'm not successful because of that. But really, let me tell you something right now. The only reason you don't have anything, if you find yourself without having things in life, is because of you. The next time you want to blame the white man, the Mexican man, the Jewish man, whatever that may be, blame yourself first. You know, blame yourself first. Because anyone in this world can have anything they want. All they have to do is have effort and live by this phrase of never give up. Just learn from the mistakes, move on, and just keep that pace. So I just want to hear the questions and comments and things, because I think this is a pretty interesting debate. I mean, I'm just tired of it, guys. It's 2010. Let us move on in life. Let us learn things. Because here's the funny thing. A lot of the black people, you know, are Christians, Muslims, and different faith backgrounds. And we go to, on Sundays, we hear these things when we say forgive, 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 and forget. Forgive and forget. But yet we still hold on to things. When is this going to be over? So let me hear the comments. You like the topic, subscribe to the channel. And until next time, signing off.